Hi everybody, it's Julie. It's SylverStitches from Ottawa, Canada. Welcome back if you're joining me again. Welcome if you're just joining me for the first time. I'm creating this floss tube in hopes to inspire and try to make a difference in one person's life kind of thing. So if it makes you happy that I posted today, then that's great. If it was part of your regular routine from the first, I'm sorry. I took a few days off only because I tried to have a life with my husband. So, I worked on, last time I stitched was, on the handy dandy book, was January 9th. So that was 16 minutes a day, and I'm going to end off with my focus piece, but as of right now, I'm just going to pull from my handy dandy project bag, because this is what it is, and this is how full it is. So we've got a little bit of projects to go through. I think in the end that day, I ended up stitching the full 9. So hooray! The first spin, I'm pretty sure, was Fancy Teapots. I did get a little bit of progress in on this one, so it is from this book, the big book of Across the Stitch Designs by Reader's Digest. And for those of you who don't know, this is what it's going to look like. Oh, pattern for this one. So Fancy Teapots. And Lexus is moving. That is fantastic because I need the whole couch. Even though I didn't ask her to. She's just that kind of cat that says, "Oh my goodness, you're invading my space." Alright. So I have progressed a little bit. So 16 minutes. I've progressed a little bit along the bottom here. I'm now working my way across again. I don't know when... let's try and hold that like that so it's light. Okay. Maybe I'll just go to the end of that teapot and go from there. And then continue on with the third teapot in that row. I don't know what drew me to make that border like that, I guess, hanging first before the teapots of that row, but I think it was because I wanted to change from the teapots at the time, so I'm just continuing on that. I think maybe I'll finish that row of do's, because that just makes sense, and then I'll continue on with the last teapot there. So that is stitch number 1. Number 2 was Dream, which I think should be in here. But now that Lexus has moved, maybe I'll put everything up here. Okay. Dream by Stony Creek. Oops. So it's this bottom one down here. Where are we? Dream. Jeepers, you don't film for a few days and poof, you're out of practice. Alright. So I'm almost finished with the pink. I think I have one last flower to go around. So I'm doing this, I'm color completing this project. So I started with the black, and then I did the yellow, and I started out with this flower, then went down here, and then went over here with the pinks. The last time I worked on it though, I finished that flower, and now I'm working on this flower up here, so to go around that top. Oh, and this is eventually a butterfly, so this will also have pink around the wings. So that's that. That's number 2. James is downstairs at the pharmacy right now, so I will go down and start stitching again today because I worked from 11 to 4 today. So right now it's almost it's 4:55. Here or there, right? So that was project number 2, and project number 3 was Mrs. Snowman. This is starting to become a love-hate piece. So this is from Just Cross Stitch, December 2017. There we go, no glare. And this is what she will look like in the end. And I'm gonna do this first. Oh, and that first. She first. Okay. There we go. That's what she's gonna look like in the end. And then here's what she looks like now. So I ended up taking out a little bit of her head. Unstitching a little bit of her head. So, oh, sorry. Okay. So, but I only have one line left. I have one line way up here on her head. So this is where I'm at, and then I'll go back and figure out, not figure out because I think I know, but hopefully the color green that I used to fill in the rest of her jacket. Because I don't know why I stopped doing the jacket when maybe it was because I didn't remember and I didn't write it down and it's not the same color, so I might just take it out and use a different color green. Because it's my project. And that's okay. So that is Mrs. Snowman. And then, next on the list, the next on the list that I spun for that day was, so stitch number 4 was Beacon at Rocky Point. So Beacon at Rocky Point is by Dimensions, and so it is a Dimensions gold collection, petite gold collection. So that's what it's gonna look like. And so in the meantime, what I've been doing while spending time with James is playing Pokemon Go. I didn't know. He introduced me to Pokemon in general, like last summer, which is fine. But then he just got on this Pokemon Go kick again, and now we can't stop playing it. And we take it everywhere we go, of course, and chewing up data on our phone. And anyway, welcome to Canada. Okay, so I stitched back to this. So Beacon at Rocky Point. I worked on the blue. I made this line go all the way across because I was tired of stitching up and down, so I decided to go across. So my stitches in the end might look a little funny, but I was tired of trying to figure out where I was going. And in reality, this little border here, it can, as far as I'm concerned, it can go straight across blue, light blue, because that's okay with me. It doesn't need to be all jaggedy. It doesn't really matter. It's my piece. Nobody else is going to see it. So maybe that's what I'll just end up doing, because it is mixed. Like, it's like one stitch here, one stitch there, one stitch here, one stitch there, all the way along that border of that blue. So the next row up is a whole lot of like back and forth and up and down, just to like make it, what's that word? Just to make it like ease into one another, I guess. Anyway, that's it'll be okay. I'm not planning on giving it to anybody. It's just probably going to end up in a box somewhere, so sad but true. Maybe I'll frame it one day. Who knows? Moon Dreams is next. So I was stitching that one for my if your cousin has a wife, is she your cousin-in-law? I don't know. Anyway, my second cousin, his child. So what, I don't know what that makes it. I'm not really a genealogy kind of person. So here is Moon Dreams, and so the boy that this is for, he's going to be 3 in May. He's going to be 3 in May. So I started this when I found out that they were pregnant. and so it's taking me that long, but that's okay. And this is where I'm at. If I can try and not cut off the top of his head. Just that. There we go. And so this is where he's at. So it's the last stitching time. I just filled in a whole lot more of his mouth. So just that light tan color. So it's slowly just getting all filled in that one color. I will be excited to move off of bear because, not that I don't love stitching the bear, I just want to stitch in something other than a shade of brown in reality. But I do love the fabric because it is 14 and 10 Aida, so it's really easy to work with. The next 3 are my Stitch 9 challenge projects. So what I'm going to do is I realized that there were only 2 large pieces, like full coverage, more than 1 page, large pieces. So I'm going to be switching back and forth between Enchanting Dragonfly and Fairy Tale every other day. So what's going to happen there is those are going to be my focus pieces. So I'm going to spend the dedicated minutes per day time per all of the pieces that I spin for, and then every other day I'm going to work on something, either the Enchanting Dragonfly or Fairy Tale for the remainder of that day. So we are only at the beginning. So the first one that I spun for the Stitch 9 challenge was 6 was Welcome Butterfly. No, we're not there yet. Sorry, we're not there yet. This is the last one of the regular stitching ones. So I'll take it out of the bag because Ziploc has their fantastic. Here we are. Welcome Butterfly by Dimensions. If anybody has not seen it yet. And then what's oh yeah. So I continued just to add blue because that's what part I'm at right now. So I've done a lot of the wings. So I'm almost, I think on this side, it's going to get a little bit more like of the blue when I go down because there's, anyway, but that's where I am. And I don't have a hoop anymore, even though you have that hoop outline. I'm just stitching this one in hand, only because it's not big enough for the Q-snap that I'm currently using. Even though I have a super mini somewhere, like I have a 6-inch one somewhere in the world. I don't know where it is. So at one point I bought an 8 and an 11, I guess. Does that make sense? And so, maybe I took the 11, 2 of the 11 rods, like the 7x11. Nope. I took 2 of the 11 rods and I took 2 of the 6 rods maybe and made up my own frame from that. And I don't know what it's currently housing. I don't think it's housing anything right now. But I guess you could call it my 6x8, whatever the size you think maybe that one is. We're not showing that yet. But I put those ones together, and nothing is a square because I don't like working in squares. Side note, at least it was stitchy related. Okay, that's that. And then now we're doing the last 3. So last 3 are it's really called Cookie Bear, I found out. Cookie Bear, not Tea Time Treats. But anyway. So I didn't do that. Okay. Here is Tea Time Treats. So he's just the bear. And I realized, so I finished stitching one of the colors. Actually, I finished stitching one of the colors. I finished stitching this bright pink. I don't know if you can see. And this bright, bright, bright pink, so it came part of a kit, right? But I don't know what happened to half the colors. So I'm just subbing in. This bright pink here is not what it was called for. I have a feeling it was supposed to be a little bit of a less pink, like more on like a lighter pink side, but after stitching the whole thing, I just realized that the color that I was using was not the called for color. So I don't know if I'm not going to take it out, because in reality it's a super small, like it's a tiny. I just want it finished. Yeah, because things that are done are good. My next thing that I spun for the the next thing I spun for the Stitch 9 challenge, is, I'm losing my focus, is the Delightful Deer. So also another freebie. And since I had finished that dark brown, I guess now I'm just stitching on brown, I guess you could say. So I just started his ear, her ear, the ear of the deer. Sorry. It was a busy day at work today. Retail on a Friday. I don't know if like a mass group of people got paid today and that's why everybody was in the store, or everybody just got their check back from Christmas, like their after Christmas check. So that's why everybody was crazy in the store. But since Christmas, today was like, as far as I could tell, the first super busy day. Like, anyway, no worries. So then my focus piece that I didn't really focus on for a very long time, it was probably only about half an hour that I had stitched on it, but I didn't finish because I don't have all the threads for it yet, and I really want them. I really want the threads for it, and I can't bring myself to go and buy it because I'm kind of also in like a no spend 2019 too, not just a no new start 2019. So I left the top part up here, but everything else except for the back stitching is done. So hippie, yay, yay, yay for me. So this part is done all up here. All the stitching is done. I just need to do back stitching and filling in the background with the two various variegated colors. So what's happening now is I took the called for color and brought down this little arch. It does look a little, that color compared to that color, it's the same color. It's a different, it was from a different bobbin. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too noticeable when I finish it, but we'll see, because this bobbin, like when I used it from this, it was at the end, so I had to start a new bobbin in hopes that it would be the same color, but we'll see how that is. So yeah, this is Enchanting Butterfly, sorry. Not Enchanting Butterfly. Enchanting Dragonfly. Sorry, Doreen. By Doreen Jones, and it is found in the World of Cross Stitching number 270. The World of Cross Stitching number 270 with this beautiful fairy on it, and I contemplated wanting to stitch her, but then I found this dragonfly instead. So this will eventually turn out to be like this. So all I'm missing, so I'm up in this little space right now, this page first. And I'm missing this variegated blue, and that is a variegated yellow, although you can't really see it, the variegation. Anyway, you can barely see it in the paper too. So that's that. Although somewhere I might put you on pause. Somewhere there is a purpley pink variegated that I found from DMC that was already in my stash, and I'm trying to figure out if that is okay to sub in for that. because it says I only need of that blue, because I know I'll need more of the, oh no, it says I'll need 2 of them. That's frustrating. I'll go out and get it. Every time I'm near a store, I think I should go get it, and then, so chances are I'm just going to order it offline. I mean, online. So that I don't feel like, I don't know. Anyway, that is that. I'm just going to show you that color anyway, just so that, because I know that this color, it's like a blue and light blue versus like / almost white is what Doreen wants you to use. But hold on a second. Alright, so there is, it's more purpley than blue, so maybe I'll think twice about it, but there it is. I don't know if it can focus. It's really pretty, but I don't think that's what it needs. And of course, me being me, did not write anything on the name. Come on. Noah. Alright. Maybe. Anyway, that's what I was thinking of using, but I don't know if I will. I don't think I will, because now that I take another look at it, it's far more pink than it is, pink and purple, than it is on the blue side. So maybe I will definitely have to go out and get those called for colors. Anyway, that's it for me for now. I will be posting when I film, only because my phone only has so much memory, so it only really has like an hour of filming memory anyway. I think it's like 55 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, but still not enough time for each episode to be half an hour, a week's worth of half an hour each. Not that it would be half an hour each, only because I would only be talking about one project. Oh no, I guess so. It would be the whole projects per day, right? So anyway, I'm gonna head downstairs, and I will see everybody later. Have a good night, or a good day, or a good morning, or a good afternoon, or whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to everybody later. Thanks, adios, ciao!